Hi, crochet lovers! Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to learn how to crochet this beautiful clutch. Let's see what we need for this project. The yarn I am using is an 80% cotton blend from Knitting Essentials. The required hook size for this yarn is 4 millimeters or 5 millimeters. And I'll be using a 4 millimeters crochet hook. We'll also need some scissors, a tapestry needle, a measurement tape, a card for the tassel and to stitch markers, which I forgot to add here. Let's get started. We'll start this project with a slip knot. Chain 42. Your chain should be measuring about 23 to 24 centimeters. Mine is measuring 23 centimeters. To start round 1, chain 1 more. Work 1 single crochet in the second chain from the hook. Mark this first single crochet. I'm using a safety pin. You can use a stitch marker, a piece of yarn, or anything else that helps you identify this first stitch later on. Work 1 single crochet in the next 40 chains. As you might have noticed, I'm using a cross stitch, which means I insert hook into the chain, yarn under, pull through, then yarn over and pull through both loops. This is just a slightly modified single crochet. Feel free to use a single crochet cross stitch or a regular single crochet. Work your 40 single crochet and we'll meet you at the end of the row. Now that we've worked our 40 single crochet, we have 1 chain left. Work 3 single crochet in this chain. Now we need to turn our work slightly and work into the other side of the chain. Work a single crochet in the next 40 chains. I'm holding the tail down so I can secure it along the row, but you can weave it in at the end if you prefer. Keep working your single crochet stitches, and we'll meet you at the end of the round. We've worked around the chain and we're back at the starting point, with 1 chain left to work into. Work 2 single crochet into this final chain. First round is completed. Let's start our second round. Remove stitch marker. Work one single crochet in the first stitch of the previous round. Mark this single crochet. From now on, we'll be working one single crochet in every stitch of the round for a total of 86 stitches. Go ahead and work your 86 single crochet, and we'll meet you at the end of the round. My second round is done. I've worked my 86 single crochet and I'm back to my marked stitch. As usual, to start the third round, I'm removing marker and working straight into the first stitch of the previous round. Mark stitch. Keep working your single crochet stitches around. To complete third round, keep working these single crochet stitches until round 28. Round 29 will be a change of pattern. You can already notice that our work is starting to curl up to form our lovely clutch. This will become more obvious in a few rounds, which I'll show you shortly. Here I'm working my 11th row and you can clearly see it's getting some shape. That's how the inside looks like. Keep going and we'll meet you at the end of round 28. And we're done with the main body of our project. Round 28 is completed. We just need to close round and fasten off. To do that, we're going to remove stitch marker. Now slip stitch into that first single crochet of the round. Chain 1 and cut yarn, leaving a generous tail to weave in. For now, we're just going to leave this alone and move on to the final part of our project. We need to mark a central part of the front side to begin round 29. Let me show you how we do that. Go back to the slip stitch we just did and count 21 stitches. Mark 22nd stitch. Skip 2 stitches and mark the following one. We should have 21 stitches to the left after the second marker. In between markers, we should have 2 stitches. Turn work. We'll start working from the back side. Remove first marker and attach yarn to this stitch. Chain 6. Remove second marker. Slip stitch into this stitch. Slip stitch into the next 2 stitches. Turn work. Work 12 double crochet in the chain space. Count double crochets. Seems like I only have 11. Let's work one more. Skip 2 stitches from the stitch we initially did our slip stitch. Slip stitch into the third stitch. Mark that last double crochet. Slip stitch into the next 3 stitches. Chain 1. Turn work. Remove marker. Work 1 double crochet in that same stitch. Chain 1. Work 1 double crochet in the next stitch. Chain 1. Repeat this pattern all around. 1 double crochet. Chain 1 in each stitch. We completed our sets. Let's close round. Skip 2 stitches and slip stitch into the 3rd. Slip stitch into the next 3 stitches. Chain 1. Turn work. Yarn over, insert hook into the first chain space. Yarn over and pull through. Yarn over and pull through to loops only. Repeat this incomplete double crochet 2 more times in the same space. Now yarn over and pull through all 4 loops on the hook. Chain 1. Repeat this pattern in the next space and all the following spaces of the round. This is also called a cluster stitch. I'm at the end of the round. I've worked my last cluster stitch and chain 1. Skip 2 stitches. Slip stitch into the 3rd stitch. Slip stitch into the next 2 stitches. Chain 1. Turn work. Work to half double crochets in the spaces between cluster stitches. Chain 1. Repeat this pattern all around. To half double crochets, then chain 1. At the end of the round, chain 1. Skip 2 stitches and slip stitch into the 3rd stitch. Slip stitch into the next 3 stitches. Turn work. Work 1 double crochet in the first space. Chain 1. Work another double crochet in the same space. This is called a V-stitch. Work a V-stitch in all spaces around. 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet all in the same space. Keep working a V-stitch in each space and I'll meet you at the end. To close the round, we'll skip 2 stitches and slip stitch into the 3rd. Slip stitch into the next 2 stitches. Turn work. Work to half double crochets into the first V-stitch. Chain 2. Work 2 more half double crochets in the same space. Repeat this pattern in all V-stitches around. To half double crochets. Chain 2. To half double crochets. Repeat pattern. To close round, skip 2 stitches and slip stitch into the third. Slip stitch into the next 2. Turn work. Work 6 half double crochets into the chain to spaces. Repeat pattern in each chain to space around. To close the round, skip 2 stitches and slip stitch into the third. Chain 1. Leave a generous tail to weave in and cut yarn. That's it. Our lovely clutch is almost done. We just need to weave in the ends and add a tassel. Let's start by weaving in the ends. Insert needle in the next stitch. Tighten yarn. Sew into a few stitches to secure. Make sure you are not getting through to the exterior of the clutch, as this is not supposed to be visible from the outside. Weave in all the other ends in the same way. Time to make a tassel for our clutch. I've got my trusted tapestry needle, some sharp scissors and a card. Any card will do. If you don't have one on hand, you can use anything else of a similar size, depending how long you want your tassel. You can use the shorter or longer side of the card. I'll use the longer one and wrap yarn around 20 times. Cut yarn. Cut a piece of yarn to secure tassel. I'm using a hook to insert yarn under middle section of the tassel. Make sure it's positioned right in the middle. Tie with a knot to secure. Take tassel out. Tie again. Cut another piece of yarn. Place under the tassel and tie around it. Use hook to hide the tails inside the tassel. Cut bottom pieces of yarn. Brush through tassel. Trim the edges. This is our finished tassel. We will only use one of the strands to attach it to the clutch. We'll hide the other one inside the tassel. Let's give this tassel a final trim. Now let's attach it to the clutch. As soon as we made sure it's secured, we can hide the tail in the tassel and trim excess. That's it, everyone! Our clutch is finally done! It was a long way, but was totally worth it. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to share, subscribe, and click the notification bell for more content. See you soon!